Nokia, I think not much to explain about the brand overall and what we're doing, but one important question actually is, why Nokia? So this is really why people should consider us, why people should buy our products, and this is what we were thinking about the last 20 years already, but the industry obviously has changed a lot, especially the last year is quite a difficult one, I think, for everyone in the industry, especially this year with all the changes when it comes to inflation, the industry overall, the Ukraine situation, supply. So there's a lot of topics, and now it's actually even more important to have a very clear positioning and to have a very clear standing what you as a company and what you as a brand stand for. And this is what we want to explain to you today, and therefore we have this vision we created. It's connect the world without costing the earth. A few of you might perhaps remember connecting people, which is maybe quite an old slogan on that one. So it starts actually quite similar, so the connection is still the key around it, but without costing the earth is getting into the heart of it. So being sustainable, creating sustainable products and being sustainable ourselves is something we really want to drive moving forward. So there is no planet B around there, and we really need to make sure that we do our best to pretty much protect it. It is super good when you have a sustainable product, but if you're not a sustainable company, it doesn't matter actually a lot. And this is why EcoVadis is so important for us. EcoVadis is perhaps something you most likely will not see from the consumer perspective. But when we talk, for example, to Vodafone, when we talk to the telecom operators in the world, this is actually quite an important topic, because it states that we as a company are sustainable, where we source our products, where we manufacture our products, that everything is fair and everything is around there. So this is really important, and we made our journey now to platinum. We're in the top 1% in the industry having this one, or not only in the industry, from all companies which were tested on that one. It's 90,000 companies worldwide being tested on that one. So this is a super good message for us, because it also ensures in this sustainability talk we are doing, we are tested and we're certified for it, and I think that's a really important part. So that was a bit fast on that one. So this was about CO2 emissions. So our target is to reduce it by half and to be neutral by 2050. If we go back. Yeah, it doesn't, it's okay, we're gonna see that later on again. What is important, so when we talk about our new products and new services, this sustainable innovation is always in the core of it. So it starts with designing the products, so what materials do you use, like recycled aluminium and everything around it. Is it from the quality and from the reliability, like Gorilla Glass, you know, what stuff to use. So this is really about everything we do there. Here comes, it ends a little bit. Here comes the next slide. Perfect. So this is that part I was talking about. And when it comes to us as a company, this is where we are in terms of operations, what I already was mentioning. So it's really important to be around package. You know, just not selling a sustainable product, but doing it overall throughout the whole chain, what we're trying to achieve, and talking to the customers. It's, as I said, sourcing, manufacturing, diversity, inclusion, so all of that stuff obviously plays a big role moving forward. And we see that this is resonating very well, especially with the telcos, like the Vodafones. All of them have a sustainability policy, all of them. There is literally no company in the telco environment which doesn't say we want to be green by whatever year and we want to have a sustainable future for our company. So this is a really important topic, and with our products and services we're supporting their strategy, and obviously for us we're positioning ourselves very clear in the market what we can do and what we stand for. What we also announced at IFA in Berlin, not sure if some of you were in Berlin at IFA, is a subscription service called Circular. And there's a reason we call it Circular. This subscription service so far is only available in UK and Germany, and there's one easy reason why it's only available there, because our e-commerce business is up and running and we have a logistic supply there, from a supply chain perspective. So that's the easiest, what's the easiest way for us to it. It is called circular because it is circular. So there is only one entrance into this subscription service via us, and there's only one exit on the subscription service. It's also via us as HMD. So there is no opportunity that you purchase the device out of it, that you keep it for yourself after the subscription is done. We always will get this device back, because that's the only way we can ensure that it is either refurbished and got into this circle a second time, or if it's not refurbishable anymore, we recycle it and make sure that the materials are getting in the flow again. Because otherwise it's just piling up wherever it is around. And talking about piling up, there are so many phones on this planet, so many. Every year, I don't know, I think this year it's going to be 1.4 billion phones sold. 1.4 billion phones every year. So it is an ongoing business. And to be honest, it's obviously also good for us. It's an ongoing business because we manufacture phones. What we just want to make sure is that this pile is not getting higher, and that we make sure that everything what we do is in a sustainable manner. So if you think about all the phones which are not used anymore, there was a nice article actually, it is 50,000 kilometers high. 50,000 kilometers. It's 5 billion phones laying around just somewhere, somehow. This is massive. It's 1/8 of the way to the moon. So when Mr. Musk wants to go to Mars, he actually surpasses first this pile of phones before doing something else on that one. And I think this is also a clear message to ourselves what we're actually doing with those old phones. I may be a bad example, but if you look in your drawers at home, I bet every one of you guys, you normally have a little bit more since you work with that stuff. I bet every one of you has at least 3 to 4 phones at home, at least.
I have one.
You have one? Then you're a good example. That's very good, perfect. But the average, I'm not sure about the average in Romania, but Switzerland is at 3.6. Austria, where we were yesterday, is roughly a little bit lower, 3.2. But it's roughly 3
per person or per person
in the country.
Okay, that's high.
Yeah.
And for a family of 2.
No, it's massive. It's massive. So in Germany, there's even a statistics for it. So the official one, it's 205 million phones in Germany in drawers.
Yeah, that's.
So it's roughly 5 per person. It's massive. It's really massive. And if you do this overall, this is really what we need to work on. So not putting something new in without taking something old out. That's the idea of it, making it happen, and to make sure this whole thing is picking up. And this is really what we do with this subscription service, which is also actually in planning for Romania, obviously. Not happening this year anymore, to be very honest. So we're going to talk about 2023 moving forward with that service for Romania. It's a lot of setup behind it because the circular service itself is very special, because it's a hassle-free service. So you don't have to worry about anything. The only thing you need really to do is the first 3 months you have to keep the phone, and then you can do what you want to do. It's downgrade, upgrade, move from a smartphone to a tablet, cancel it, or just keep it. So you don't have to worry about anything. Even if it falls down, there is an insurance included. So it's a 24 hours exchange. And here comes a bit the challenge for us. Insurances in Romania work different as they do in Germany, for example, when it comes to testing and looking at it and everything. And in Germany and UK, the service is as it is, so it's always 24-hour exchange. We don't even look at the phone. So you send it back, and then we have first to look how we can make it. And that obviously needs to be calculated very clear and very clever around it, what we do. So circular is like one key topic we will drive moving forward, because it is really keeping our carbon footprint very low, because we can ensure everything is coming back, and also the carbon footprint of the customer is like 0, because he's using it, but he's bringing it back. So the manufacturing part is done, and this is kept by us. And this is where it comes to this true circular approach, what I was talking about. Everyone who tells you about what he's doing about trading, and everything's good, don't get me wrong. But the true circle is only when I have it and I never really give it to you. You can use it, but you can never sell it or you can never keep it forever, then it's not circular, because then you leave the circle somewhere where it should not be. So this is the real big difference. And this is something we will really drive forward, that this thinking in the industry is going to change, because there will be still, again, another billion phones piling up next year. And that's what we really want to make sure to drive that. So the difference to the planet is what we said: keep the phone as long as you want, be as flexible as you want. We will repair it, or we will make sure that it's gonna happen, so it's not thrown away, it's not in a drawer or in whatever office or wherever you will keep the old phones. Multiple lives and the proper recycling. Obviously, those are key points which are playing into that game. And you most likely see that as well. Refurbished business is picking up. This is like a fast growing one, especially when it comes to Apple products, because the residual value is very high there. So that's increasing, and we see that happening more and more, especially with the young people and the young generation, because they care different about how they use a phone and how they own the phone. It's really different. You see it already with cars. Car subscriptions are growing heavily in most of the European countries. So there's a lot of stuff happening in that industry around it.